Hello, hello! My name is Bisa, and welcome back to another Symphogear XDU guide, where today we will be talking about the newly released Hexa Quests. This is kind of an 8th addendum episode to the beginner's quests, because these really aren't as daunting as they might seem at first glance. Now, you'll see, we've got this boy here unlocked right now. And we've gotten our first Hexa Quest here. These are simply, think of them as a mix between main story quests or enhancement dojos and raids, basically, or advent battles, though without the endless fight thing. And the special thing about these is that each and every single one of them drops an exclusive Symphogear or Memoria card that you will have to farm from it because you can only get it there. Now, the one we got right now, the unit, is the Sigma-style Falling Blade 4-star power Shirabe. It's a fairly good unit, of course. As always, these stats are max limit break. I did not want to open the picture, but thank you. And what she is, she's basically a boss slayer for Protoss, the Chaos Beast, the easier advent battle. Mainly as indicated by her passive skill, which is specifically for adding true damage onto her attacks against Protoss. At base level, this is 500 over 5 turns. At limit unlock, this is 1200 for each attack over 10 turns. It should be noted that she also, if you enhance her with 4-star mats, has almost 1000 base attack. And at level 10, she deals a fuck ton of damage and decreases defenses and increases her own attack by a lot, both for a very, very long time. She is made completely stomp Protoss, just stamp Protoss a new asshole. And of course, as a leader skill, she also increases power type physical attack, because why wouldn't she? But yeah, she's primarily made for Protoss, for the fucking Chaos Beast, sorry. Now what you're going to want to know is the drop rates on these, because you're not going to get a Symphogear card, or in general an exclusive card for every single run you do of these things. Nowhere near close. While we don't have any official drop rates, of course, the JP community has roughly come out to stating that depending on the rarity of the card, you're gonna get either or anywhere from a 5 to a 1% chance of dropping a Symphogear card or a Memoria card on a given run. Again, these cards can reach anywhere from 3 stars to 5 stars. Each quest has its own exclusive card, and there are also hard mode Hexa Quests, 2 specific ones, which drop Soul Shred, Maria, and Sharamar's Parasol Kanade, both fairly solid cards, but they have the special edition of, first, being very, very hard, second, taking 60 AP for every subsequent run after the first, which only takes 10, and having a 100% drop chance. That's right, you're gonna get if you can clear it consistently, you are going to get a free 5-star with every clear of a hard Hexa quest. But again, that is far away in the future, so let's not talk about that for now. Case in point is that it's the main place where you will be farming 5 stars to use as skill enhancement fodder for your max limit unlocked 6 stars, because I think from level 9 to 10 5-star cards give a 5% enhancement chance, so have fun getting there. Anyways, as you can see, every Hexa quest is also going to have a little bit of a strategy guide, similar once more to raids and advent battles. These just tell you how the damage, or how the enemies in this quest are going to act, what kinds of damage they'll specifically deal or take, what types they're strong or weak against. Just general, again, raid or advent battle stuff. Now this one we have 2 waves. We have one wave with a cell and octopede noise, 1 heart, 1 tech, and then we have this black Nephilim heart. You don't want to take this lightly. It says recommended level 45 right here. I've seen some people on the subreddit say, oh yeah, with a solid level 40 dex team you can clear it. I wouldn't bet on that. Personally, I run... Oh, wait. Friend support. You cannot have a friend carry you in this. You can still pick a friend for their leader skill. In this case, I'm going to make that our normal 5-star Shirabe as the dex. Just because most of mine are also dexes. I'm also going to switch these guys around again. That was a little bit of an experiment in a previous recording that went wrong. So yeah, as you can see, this, similar to raid battles, has you starting with a main party and a sub-party. 6 members, hence Hexa Quests. Your sub-members will fill up main members as they start falling in battle. That's why I have our main Shirabe all the way back here as the last unit. She has a revive. She'd be useless anywhere in the middle because you can only start reviving units once all of your subs are out there. Anyways, I'd say we're just gonna start. Team building for this is fairly easy. Take, in this case, 1 heart with you to deal with the octopede noise here, and the rest just pump it all full of dexterities because you're gonna need them very drastically. If you're unsure as to what to build for a Hexa Quest, if you haven't played it before, go in once, it's just 10 AP, lose, and then you know what you have to build for. Now let's just do a little bit of a demo battle here. Luckily enough, I've already taken most of my points away from myself, so I can't ramble now, because I do have to kind of talk over the music here. Because, of course, I've gotten a copyright strike from King Records on one of my stream VODs. It's the 8-hour Wild Arms one, which is great. So I had a Wild Arms stream for 8 hours, the first one. And it's blocked worldwide for a single minute of gear music that I didn't talk over. Worldwide blocked without me having the opportunity to mute it out. It's amazing, and I'm not gonna refute it because I don't want to risk drawing more attention to the channel than is necessary. I've already had problems with King Records before, and I don't want to repeat that mistake. So as you can see, we're already gonna do fairly well with this first wave. We don't really care about Eternal Sabbath taking a lot of damage here. She's almost down to half HP, but that's fine because the Nephilim, again, it's a hard type. That's why we have 5 dexterity units with us. With this setup right now, I can generally auto this map fairly easily. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. Anything in between depends on whether I have double speed on or not, really. Now, if you cannot muster this setup, which I could understand, I myself am free to play, but not everyone is going to have all these 5-star units. Just go for strong 4-star units that you can muster, and throw in a good healer or 2. Throw a healer in the main party and 1 in the sub-party if you want to go really safe. I'd suggest it as the 2nd sub-member, rather than the 1st or 3rd, because if it's the 3rd, it might come in too late. If it's the 1st, it might fall before the others come in. Just take an XD Shirabe, or if you don't have the cost, if you can't also the cost of an XD Shirabe, take a Gamma Style with you. Again, she's a really good budget healer. Even if you just limit unlock her to 4-star, that gives her an attack buff. Even though it only applies to herself, it's an attack buff. You're gonna need every bit of attack in a quest like this. The boss is very tanky. It counters a lot. It's gonna be hard. It took me 3 or 4 tries to figure this Hexa Quest out myself. The team and the way I've arranged my units. It took me a while. But I can auto it consistently now, and you should also be able to. Though, of course, it should also be said that you don't really need to farm these very actively. If you have other priorities, if you want to clear main story, or if you want to do enhancement dojos, SP quests, if you have other things to do with your AP, do those things first. Hexa quests don't run away. Do your first clear, get your new card, and go and do whatever the hell you need to do with your AP. Hexa quests will always be on a rotation. Right now this one has 2 days left. Every week there will be 3 to 4 days where Hexa quests are active. I think on JP it's always 3 at a time currently. So they'll rotate through. You will never have missed your chance to get a card. You can always get more cards from a Hexa quest you haven't been able to farm previously. Because let's be honest, if they were like, oh yeah, these are one-time things and then they're gone, people would be rioting in the streets at drop rates that low, lower than 1%, maybe even, we don't know. Yeah, they'll come back, don't worry. Don't hesitate in not doing Hexa quests. They're generally more self-explanatory than you'd guess, as by the fairly shallow, like, in total honesty, the fairly shallow content of this guide. I can only tell you, a type matchup, maybe a healer or two, if you can't bring that many of that type. Do something else if you have to. And of course we didn't get a Symphogear card. This is the third time I'm recording this, and it still hasn't happened. I'm just gonna give up, I know. But yeah, as you can see, there's 2 days left on this, so I'm gonna guess that our Hexa quest days are going to be Fridays through Sundays. I hope we get a new one or next week. But this is actually the third one that was released on Japan, because the first 2 ones, they require assets from 3.5, and we don't have 3.5 yet. So yeah, that's probably why we don't have them. Anyways, I think that was basically it for Hexa Quests. Just as a little bit of a bonus, I'm going to throw on a little bit of unit review here, because X-Drive Maria has come out, the spare break. She's a tech unit. You know I like tech units. Yeah, she's a crit-focused tech unit. I'm gonna go over to, I'm just gonna show you the limit broke or unlocked stats really quick. At 6 star, of course, she's absolutely mad. 5,000 HP, 2,000 attack, almost 1.5 thousand. This is of course enhanced stats. Almost 1.5 thousand defense, crit all night long, and of course the special attacks. First one, 405% physical attack to a single enemy. This is at level 10, but still. And an increase on crit rate and damage by 50% for 3 turns. Utter insanity. Effectively makes it so that every hit crits and deals double damage. Which then comes in with the spare break, which for one is a huge, even at just max limit break, it's a huge physical attack AoE that also grants you a buff where for 4 turns you get an extra tick of 80% physical damage on a crit. It's similar to Stab Meteor Kanade, the 4-star Kanade card that nobody is running right now, that gets an extra damage tick from her passive when she lands a crit. Just that in this case it's when the buff from her main skill is active. So this is your base level 1, your level 50, no unlimited broken one. That's still a lot of damage. 140% physical attack on both skills. More moderate raise on your crit stats. And an extra 35% physical tick on critical hits for 4 turns. What is, however, really, really good is her passive. While we don't have any poison, any prominent poison cards now, or even poison cards in the first place, she grants poison immunity to all tech types. Not too good in PvP, fairly nice in PvE, however, and she has for herself a 50% block chance, both going for 5 turns. Let me actually check what this looks like at limit unlock, because I actually didn't check. It's probably something similarly mad as her skills. Yeah, 70% chance to block for 7 turns. That's a lot. Anyways, she's an alright unit. I wouldn't say that you have to draw for her. She's nice to have, especially as a newcomer, as you're starting out. She's a really nice unit. She has great utility. But once more, she is going to fall off she's fairly mediocre, so she's going to fall off very quickly, fall very out of your favor fairly quickly if you're not able to limit break her. When you are able to do that, she becomes really, really good, but otherwise she's going to fall off super quickly. I've incorporated her into my tech stack. For the meme, instead of X2 Shirabishis in there, my win rate has suffered as a result, but it's fun, so fuck it. But yeah, anyways, that was the Hexa Quest overview slash guide slash thing, because there really isn't that much to talk about. I'm sorry if it wasn't that informative. And the Extra Maria bonus overview. So, I hope I've been able to help you, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.